Hey guys, it's Jordan, Young Turks. It is Monday. I hope everybody's doing okay. I am hard at work for you guys, producing some more videos as well as other things. I want to talk a little bit about what looks like to be a endorsement coming from Bernie Sanders for Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders' campaign and Hillary Clinton's campaign sent out information about a rally they're doing tomorrow with each other. There wasn't the words in the email about an endorsement, but needless to say, they're not having a joint rally to have tea and cake together. The media has been reporting for a while that Bernie was getting closer to endorsing her, and it seems like that will be what he's doing on Tuesday in New Hampshire. I have mixed feelings about this, and I also want to know what you guys think, so keep commenting, and I'll read them on air and also answer any questions you might have. As somebody who went around the country for the last 6 to 7 months, covering a lot of Bernie rallies as well, it's a little disappointing. I obviously make no bones that I support Bernie. It's never affected, how I report or my facts. But, I'm a progressive journalist and I support Bernie. So knowing that this isn't naturally what Bernie believes and she's not the ideal candidate he would want helps me a little bit. But on the other end, when you've been to rally after rally and you bleed what Bernie talks about and you bleed and believe that money is poison when it comes to politics, it's a very tough picture to have to see, who you deem as a progressive warrior on stage with someone like Hillary Clinton. So it's not ideal. I understand why Bernie is doing it. Bernie believes that he has gotten a lot of concessions from Hillary Clinton via the Democratic platform. Bernie believes that he will make the Democratic Party have to, on the record and on paper, come out as a party for working people. And he believes that gives him more leverage later on as a senator when Hillary Clinton, inevitably flip-flops and says, oh, I want to do these things, but we can't do them because of the Republicans. So I think Bernie's basic belief, I think, is I'm doing the best I can. I lost. She won, which is a whole other topic in terms of, I see sad faces now scrolling across the screen. Whether he lost legitimately or not, he believes I lost. The main leverage I have is putting Hillary Clinton on the record with what she believes and then fighting her tooth and nail as a senator. So to a certain extent, politically, he's right. I mean, that really at this point is what he could do. She was not indicted, which I've reported on last week. Is kind of bizarre considering the FBI director basically laid out all the reasons she should have been indicted and then said, oh, but I'm not going to indict her. So politically it makes sense. Now, I never tell people what to think. I don't tell people how to vote. Your emotions, your beliefs, your response to him endorsing her is obviously your choice, and it's disappointing. But I do think we need to also realize, what? This guy believed everything he said. He, at 74 years old, went around the country and fought for us. And he also is somebody who, just because he's on stage endorsing someone who is the symbol of, corporate and political corruption, doesn't mean he sold out on those issues and he's going to give up fighting against it. I think what it means is Bernie Sanders, if you put a gun to his head, thinks Donald Trump is worse than her. Bernie Sanders politically feels that if he were to endorse a Jill Stein, if he were to endorse someone who does not have as good a chance as winning electorally, that he's basically helping to elect Donald Trump, which, whether we like it or not, that is true. When you vote for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein, they both don't have realistic chances of becoming president at this point, barring a major event where Hillary Clinton is not able to run or Donald Trump is not able to run. They both are third-party candidates, and third-party candidates have never won in this country. The system is stacked up against them. So I think Bernie, with the two choices in front of him, is choosing, for lack of a better word, we hate to say it, the lesser of two evils. So, but I will say, tomorrow's going to be a tough day. It's a tough day if you see, I look at it as like I used to like wrestling growing up, and Hulk Hogan was this superhero for everybody. And then he went in and became a bad guy, and everybody was shocked and depressed. Our hero, Hulk Hogan, is now a villain. But I don't think we should look at it that way. I think Bernie Sanders has been saying the same thing for 40 years. I think even on stage, with Hillary Clinton, I don't think he's going to be towing the line for pragmatism. I think we're going to hear him a lot more hitting Trump than saying nice things about her. I think that's a definite. I would not expect Bernie Sanders to read a love poem for Hillary Clinton. I also think that in the end, Bernie is going to be Bernie. Bernie is going to go up on that stage and say the truth. I think he's going to say, Secretary and Clinton have major differences in a lot of areas, but we are unified in going against Donald Trump. And I respect him. I respect him for doing that. I know that you guys, it's not exactly what you want to hear, but I do think, it's against who Bernie is as a person. Bernie's always been inclusive. He's always been open to, he was for gay marriage way before Hillary Clinton and other Democrats. Bernie's always been about social inclusiveness, and that Hillary's slogan is stronger together. Bernie has lived that. His policies live that we are stronger together. So I think Bernie is going to go up on that stage, and I think he's going to do what he's always done, and that's speak the truth. But that doesn't mean you have to follow him. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But just because Bernie's endorsing Hillary Clinton, I wrote about it in a piece last week for CNBC. I don't, politically speaking, think that's going to mean, all of Bernie's masses are going to vote for her. I don't think Bernie is going to make an endorsement, hammering you over the head to follow him. I think Bernie's going to, say, I'm against Donald Trump, and it's up to you what you want to do. And I personally don't believe in the lesser of two evils. I think America gets the president they deserve. I think the election was stolen, for example, from Al Gore. But on the other end, Al Gore was not a good candidate. He was not inspiring. He was kind of boring. And he didn't make the case to the point where it was beyond close, where he would have won convincingly. It was too close to call in Florida and in other states. He lost his home state, Tennessee. So at the end of the day, it's never about, the lesser of two evils. You have candidates who make the sale and can convince you, and then candidates who don't. And Hillary Clinton has to persuade you whether you should vote for her or not. It's not the other way around, that you owe your vote to Hillary Clinton. Matt Taibbi, who's a great writer for Rolling Stone, wrote a piece about the lesser of two evils and how the Democratic Party, since they're going up against Trump, and think, oh, it's Trump, so you guys don't have a choice. You have to vote for Hillary. I agree with him that I don't think that's the case. I think, if you want to vote for Trump, I don't agree with that, but it's your vote. If you want to vote for Jill Stein, have at it, if that's who you believe represents you. Gary Johnson, same thing. I don't tell people what to do. Obviously, there's consequences. So if you go to vote for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson, and those votes end up being the difference, then if Trump creates World War III, that's what we get. But I think that Bernie has awoken he's awoken a huge progressive community in this country with millions of people who have been cynical about politics for a long time, or weren't even interested in politics. So I don't think that the answer should be, let's go back and be cynical and let's go vote for the lesser of two evils. I think you should vote your heart. So that's my message. I think there's been a lot of concern also about the Young Turks, about what we're going to do and that we're falling in line and this and that. I don't think we're falling in line. From what I could tell, I don't know what you guys think. I've been just as hard as Hillary after she became the presumptive nominee as I was before. I'm not towing the line. I'm not going to try to help elect Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. I'm going after both of them because I think they both represent what's wrong with politics in this country. Somebody asked Jordan, do you think the media is suppressing Jill Stein purely because it competes with Hillary? Yeah, I do. I think it also, the media just suppresses the concept of a third-party candidate. They, even though it's their job to inform people of the choices, where everybody stands, that falls outside the horse race, and the media only wants to cover the horse race. So Jill Stein, yes, they think if they give voice to her, it would take away from Hillary. But I also think they just don't believe in giving voice to anybody outside the Democrats and Republicans, because the media is a collection of groupthink. So groupthink is, oh, Democrat versus Republican, Hillary versus Trump, and nothing else. Bobby Moore, I think you're falling in line and being soft, Jordan. I'm sorry you feel that way. I mean, I don't think so. I think if you look at my last couple of videos, they're not kind to Hillary Clinton. I'm not telling you to vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm not getting into who I'm voting for because I don't get into who I vote for. But it's not a slam dunk, to tell you the truth. I'm not even sure I know at this point definitely who I'm voting for. But yeah, I don't think I've been soft, and I don't plan on being soft. I think it's a disservice. There's some journalists out there and there's some progressives out there who just want to tell you what you want to hear. And I don't believe in that. I don't think that's a good service to the audience. I'm not going to just tell you what you want to hear to get views. Because then I'm essentially just like a entertainment writer for one of these stupid sites who just, write stupid clickbaity headlines so you'll click on it. That's not why I got into journalism. I'm telling you what I believe is true, and I'm telling you what I know is true based on facts.